Hey everyone, welcome to the channel, guys. Today I want to show you this amazing game that I've been playing all weekend. I am absolutely loving this game. But before I jump into that, I want to say, look, hey, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, if you're new here, I do space content every week. And if you're into space games, look, this is a place for you. I would strongly encourage you to check out some of my other videos. If you like those, then consider giving us a sub, a like. Guys, I really appreciate all of the comments that I've had on the videos, everybody chiming in. It means the world to me, and I really appreciate it. Jumping forward, guys, the game that I've been playing is called Boundary. Now, I know a lot of you have probably heard of this game, and then maybe some of you haven't. I missed the bus on this one too. I don't know how I did that, but I did. I didn't play this game until this past weekend. And as I'm looking up videos and I'm looking up information about the game, I've noticed that there's a lot of videos that are about like the player base dropping off. Look, I get it. If there's no one to play with, this type of game, I get where there could be a problem. But seriously, my mind is blown, and I didn't have any trouble finding a match. I jumped right in. It may have took a minute, maybe 2 minutes to queue up a match, which is kind of long, but to me, it's okay. It's worth it for me. There's so much thought and detail in this game. It's absolutely just mind-blowing to me. Like the EVA suit, I believe it's called, whatever the astronauts float around in, that they can drive around. The left hand on your character, and I'll try to get that on the screen. The left hand on your character, like as you're driving, like it's controlling the stick to your left. And so when you go to ADS, it has to cut out of that, and they put their left hand on the rifle or the shotgun, whatever weapon you have. The amount of thought and detail that would go into how an astronaut would actually do this, like it looks good. There's one particular shotgun that we were playing with, and I noticed a red glow kind of at the top left of the screen, and I thought, what is that? And then I realized that it was actually a red light on the shotgun itself reflecting on the helmet, on the glass. Absolutely cool, super amazing. The sounds are insane. I'm not sure how accurate those sounds would actually be for real in space, but yeah, I mean, just it looks so good, guys. It reminds me, and a lot of people have made this comparison, and completely valid, comparison to make, is that one level from Ghost where you're on the space station and I think fighting the Russians. It's kind of that feel, but it's the whole game based in space, and you're fighting around these different stations. Like there's different classes, and if you look, the weapon customization, it's deep. It's Call of Duty deep, like weapon customization, all the way down to the little ornaments that you can put on your shotgun, your rifle. There's different characters. I've noticed that. I haven't got to play around with that too much. I've picked one character that I'm really enjoying. I'm an LMG guy, and I know that's probably not meta in anything, but I enjoy using LMG because I don't have to reload too often. It packs a punch. That's generally what I play with. It's, for the hardcore Call of Duty person, my middle son, I had him play, and he's like, yeah, it's cool, but that's about where he dropped off. For me, I thought it was just absolutely amazing. Now, I've ranted and I've raved about the cool things about this game. I do want to touch on some of the negative, and something that I saw in some of the reviews where people, I mentioned earlier, people talking about the player base dropping off, how this game is dead, and it wasn't dead for me over the weekend. I had a great time, but the queue times, maybe 2 minutes in between matches, but now one thing I did want to mention, that my son, I went in and he was playing, and I noticed that he had the Asian servers selected, and so I had him go in and I had him to change it to like Eastern United States, which is the closest one to us, and I think it's North Carolina or something like that. Anyway, like when we selected just that one, it seemed like the queue times took longer. So we went in after that, and I'm actually playing with every server selected, like every, like Singapore, just everywhere, right? And it's queuing up. I'm finding matches. Another thing I noticed, that the names of the other players, it were simple names, Jill, Dave, you know, Henry, I don't know, just simple names. And I thought, you know, these are bots, and they probably are. But I noticed that we did have the streamer settings on, so it actually disguises the names of the other players. So I really can't say if I was playing against bots or real people. I did get my butt handed to me several times over. I'm not the king of this type of game, so I generally expect to get beat. Another thing that I saw where people were talking about hackers and people, you know, abusing the game. And you know what? That may have been there, but I didn't see it. I didn't see any blatant cheating while I was playing. Again, it may have been there. I died a lot, but if it's there, I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing just obvious cheating. But maybe I'm missing that. But guys, look, I'm loving this game. Like I said, the graphics, the graphics alone make it worth it. What is it, a $26 download on Steam? It's a no-brainer. I wish, like, you know, Elite. I always talk about Elite Dangerous. I wish Elite Dangerous and it could somehow mesh with this, and this would be exactly what I'm looking for. But guys, we got Starfield right around the corner. I think it's gonna scratch a lot of those itches that we all have. And but you know what? If not, if you're looking for a solid first-person shooter. Oh, and another thing I completely failed to mention, the way that this is, like, you know, a 3D or a 4D, you're floating around. It reminds me, with the grappling hook, it reminds me of like Titanfall 2. You know, where you can flip around behind your opponent and do all these crazy ninja tricks like that. That kind of reminds me of that, and that's something that I feel that we're missing right now. The Titanfall 2, the directional shooter where you're, I don't really know how else to put it. It's not an boots on the ground Call of Duty game. This is, you know, got some acrobatics involved where, you know, there's people grappling you from above, you know, or swinging around a building kind of thing. And I enjoy that. I really enjoy watching it more than I enjoy playing it, but some of these things are just unreal. Well, this game looks like it could have potential to do something like that in the future. I didn't feel like a ninja, like a space ninja when I was playing, but then again, someone else may be just awesome, and I'm just learning. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoy the video. I encourage you to try this game. Like I said, for 26 bucks, it seems like a no-brainer to me. And I really appreciate you guys watching the channel. And if you're into space games, come back, check me out, subscribe, hit the bell. And I just really appreciate you guys stopping by. Thank you.